morning and welcome to another video. So this morning I've come up to a place, it's pretty well known over here in the UK, up on the east coast of England in Yorkshire, called Bempton Cliffs. It's an RSPB reserve and it's one I've never visited before, and I was kind of itching to get here before the season ended. And the reason for that, and you can probably hear behind me, was because there's a bird here that I've never even photographed before. I've seen them when I grew up on Jersey, but always from a distance. But this morning I've got the opportunity to try and photograph these birds for the first time, and that's gannets. These are such cool birds. Not only are they massive, do they hit water at incredible speeds and like fish underwater, they also have these amazing eyes, and I think that's probably the thing I like most about them. They've just got these amazing blue bits around their eyes. They're completely striking birds, and yeah, I'm really excited about this one. So this morning I've got a bit of an idea, and it kind of all comes to the fact that, and if you saw my last video, and if you didn't, I'll put a link in the description below, but if you saw my last video where I was struggling to photograph puffins in flight, a few of you reached out and said it could be because the 500 prime was making it a little bit more difficult. So this morning I've come out wanting to photograph gannets in flight. Now I know they're not as small as puffins, but I brought my zoom lens with me as well. So it's not going to be a test, it's not going to be a review of gear, but it's going to be a little bit of a personal experiment, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of share that with you guys. So I'm going to be trying to photograph gannets in flight with my 500mm prime and my 100 to 400 zoom lens, and we'll see which ones get the better results. So the sun's just come up and it's going to be a beautiful day here today, you can tell. I don't know how long I'll have before the light gets a bit harsh, so I'm going to stop talking and start taking photos. This is amazing. So we've got all of these gannets behind me, which is not surprising considering I think it's one of the UK's largest gannet colonies, but they've got chicks, and I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't sure if I was a bit too late, but yeah, they've got chicks. So we've got gannet chicks. There's also one of my favourites, kittiwakes, and I absolutely love these birds. I think they're brilliant. Gannets landing just there. So I've got a couple of shots in mind today. One of them is obviously a gannet in flight. I was hoping I could kind of try and get that backlit as the sun was coming up. Maybe I was hoping for it, like, you know, like a nice red sunrise, but sadly it didn't really happen. There's been like a bank of cloud just on the horizon, so by the time the sun came up above that bank, it was more of like a quite, not harsh, but quite a bright orangey light. So I wasn't able to get that shot, but just to get an in focus shot of a gannet in flight would be awesome. So that's one of the images I want to try and get today, and the other one is like a high key image. And what I mean by that, for those of you that aren't sure, it's basically where I'll overexpose. So I'll be photographing a white bird with like a white background. If I've managed it, I'll pop the image up right now rather than wait until the end. But yeah, that's what I'm after. So I do have a couple of shots in mind today, but not too much, to be honest. It's just a place I really wanted to visit. The photography's almost coming second. Oh, I'll tell you what I did see. I don't know why I didn't mention this on my first piece of the camera. I saw 3 barn owls this morning. So I was making the short walk from the car park to where I am now. It's about a 15-minute walk, and there's 3 barn owls. Couldn't believe it. So I got some footage of those. It was a bit too early to get any decent images. I tried, but I don't think they're going to look very good. But yeah, really cool. So 3 barn owls. It's definitely a place I'm going to be coming back to. But for now, I guess I should probably get back to photographing gannets because, well, there's loads of them. I'll speak to you all soon. I've been using both lenses now, and I started off with the 100 to 400. It was quite weird actually. I haven't used that lens for a while, and it was quite strange using it again, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. I love fingers with zoom lenses. I just love how versatile they are. You know, if the Gannet was kind of getting a bit too close, I could kind of bring the zoom back, and I could keep shooting. So from that point of view, and it's so much lighter than my 500, so I guess that's two massive pluses there. But I still think the F4, the 500 is probably a better lens for it. I decided to ditch a tripod. And I see people doing it all the time, photographing birds in flight with tripods, and I have so much respect for them because I just find it really frustrating. Because what I kind of need to do is, and I mentioned it with the Puffins too, but it's a bit easier, actually it's quite a lot easier with the Gannets, is I just track one. So they kind of come round, they like swoop round. So if I just track one, and then as it comes back round towards me, I can kind of keep moving the lens with it and get the shots. It sounds pretty obvious, right? But if it's on the tripod, I really struggle with that. I'm kind of like, it's like getting stuck, and I kind of can't panic quick enough. I can't move it up and down quick enough. It's just quite frustrating. So yeah, that's why I decided to ditch the tripod. But I guess ultimately I'm not going to know which ones have given me better images, which lens has given me better images, until I get back and put them on the computer. So I'm going to carry on shooting for a bit, but the light is getting pretty harsh now, and because it's a white bird with harsh light, it doesn't look great. I'm struggling with the high key image that I mentioned before, simply because I'm kind of photographing them with the sea in the background, so I'm not really getting that that white background that I was after. I think you'd probably need quite a misty day, or you'd need them flying a little bit higher so that there was like cloud cover behind them. So I'm struggling with that one. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to head on back down towards the car park. There's a couple more places where I'm going to stop. But yeah, it's been a pretty awesome morning, so I can't complain. fantastic morning that was. Definitely a few hours well spent, and the added bonus of the barn owl, which is you know, not to be grumbled at. But it's time for me to head home now. So it's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning and the light's starting to get a little bit harsh. Also, it's getting quite busy here. The car park's filling up quite quickly. So I think I've got a few images that I'm happy with. It's always quite hard to tell with birds in flight until you get back and look at them on the computer. But based on the back of the camera, I think there's a couple there that are going to be okay. So what I'll do is I'll pop the images up as always at the end of the video, and I'll put on them which image was taken with which lens. But regarding the little personal experiment I was doing, I'm going to say if I could only pick one lens to take with me to photograph birds in flight, it probably would be the zoom lens. And that's simply because it's just so light and versatile. But I think when I get back and zoom in on the images on the computer, I think, yeah, it's going to be close, but I think the prime lens is just going to top the image quality, but it's not going to be that noticeable, especially for like posting images on Instagram and on YouTube. So that's just my personal opinion. It's not a gear review video or anything like that. It's just my personal feeling. As ever, thanks for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to everyone that's subscribed so far, and I'll see you all on the next one.